Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Rage, and we are back today once again with an arena video meta here update with regards to what's changing now. Previously, before, we've been seeing some Odin defenses, some Quasar defenses, depending on what you're going to be seeing with this dynamic of the Fantastic Four. But guys, more interestingly enough, there is actually a new defense now that we're seeing, which, as you can see, because of the revitalization here of the Hellfire Club being added to the game, Emma Frost got a massive rework, but as well, on top of that, her speed dynamic passive has actually been patched up and fixed now. So you'll start seeing some of these Emma Frost defenses on team here, and for good reason, right? We know we're going to be needing her for the raids coming up as well. She's always been a very strong character in the game, outside of obviously her stats falling off with the meta, but now with her being patched up and her being part of this new Hellfire Club, I mean, obviously it makes sense to build her up as well. Now, guys, for the purpose of this video though, I am going to be going through how to counter this effectively. She is part of the new meta, but as you can see, I don't have mine built up. I just want to quickly touch on why it's important to have her on offense if you are planning to use her, because she can actually take down some really strong teams now because of this dynamic right here. On the passive spawn here, she applies a negative 10% speed to all enemies, and as well, when she is charged, she's going to be getting additional armor and resistance, but she's really brought in to impact that speed dynamic here, and we'll talk about how to counter that. But for that reason, the reason it was not working previously before was because Franklin Richards, his passive here, where he does actually ensure that any characters that are up against them, they're not going to be able to gain additional speed, right? So it doesn't have anything to do with slowing down though. And I think originally, before when Fantastic Four was released, there was a bug and this wasn't effectively applying. So if you were using Emma Frost before, it wasn't actually kicking in, and Franklin Richards passive here was actually working against it, nullifying Emma Frost. But now we can confirm that Emma Frost is effectively working as intended, and now she is great as an option to actually attack enemy defenses here, where you can actually gain that advantage in speed, and it's no longer a coin flip. Having said that, guys, I still want to touch on a counter, because this team is still actually really easy to counter, and we've still been able to land in the top 3, top 1 number spot for the last few days, even despite this update here. But again, I want to showcase for you guys now 2 matches where, one, we don't get the actual first turn, and then their Franklin Richards is able to go first. And then 2, if we are able to get the turn advantage against them, we are going to be able to easily steamroll the match. And the key to this, guys, is actually now, once again, I love this arena meta because it seems like it's a matchup between rock, paper, scissors, but we want to bring in Apocalypse here as the key counter. Reason being is because the speed of this character and each ally can only be reduced by slow, which means that it actually nullifies Emma Frost's passive ability by bringing in Apocalypse. So that's why he's going to be very important. Now remember, Apocalypse, when he's added into the team, he also provides allies with additional HP, additional damage, also additional accuracy as well. So this is very notable, because even if there's instances where you'll see in the gameplay where our characters are blinded, it doesn't really matter if Apocalypse is on the team, because he's going to ensure that our attacks are guaranteed. So guys, without further ado, let's get into the gameplay here now of how to counter this new Emma meta. Okay, so first attack here, we have our Apocalypse next to Mr. Fantastic in this defensive structure here, guys. And what you'll see is we're going to lose the coin flip here first. Enemy Franklin Richards uses his ultimate. We're going to also use ours. Now, originally when I was doing this attack, I was still experimenting and working with the different strategies, debating on what I should be doing. But yeah, I still recommend using Franklin Richards to mirror his ultimate ability after the enemy uses that, so that way we do play silence. I did mess this up though. You can see the enemy Invisible Woman uses her ultimate, and for me, I thought I could at least maybe apply an ability block to Professor Xavier. Maybe there's a chance to, but I think because my lower star levels and the fact that we have the silence, it may not work. So I tried that just to see if it would do anything. And if I can go back, probably wouldn't recommend that action. If you have the choice, just use your ultimate ability for Invisible Woman, and then you do see that Professor Xavier does cast his devastating special ability on us. Now it doesn't matter, guys. Remember when I talked about Apocalypse's passive earlier? With the 100% accuracy, it really doesn't matter if we're blinded. It's not going to impact us in any way. And now you can see here, we activate our Apocalypse ultimate. And remember, there's no null that's on defense now, so we can actually get our empowered state, and we actually have some pretty good abilities that we can take advantage of. The only downside, obviously, is because of Franklin Richards, Apocalypse wasn't able to get his speed increased, right? But that's okay. We at least have his one punch if we're able to take advantage of it. So finally get to Apocalypse the second turn here, and we are able to focus in on Professor Xavier, which I highly recommend. You want to take him down as soon as possible in this mix. Now it's our turn, and this is why the invisible ultimate would have been nice, because it would have grouped all of them together. Doesn't matter, because our Professor Xavier ultimate completely destroyed the opposing team and essentially guaranteeing this matchup here. So that's why I said earlier, guys, you know, it's an interesting meta right now because of the rock paper scissors setup, but if you're doing it correctly and using the right characters to counter, such as having Apocalypse on our team, it's actually not even bad whatsoever. It's just now being engaged in the arena meta and knowing which counters work and which do not. So that's us losing the coin flip here, guys. Now let me show you a matchup where we actually start off with our first turn, because if you guys get this chance, and again, it's gonna be a coin flip with Apocalypse regardless as a counter, but I'm trying to say it doesn't really matter. If you do get to coin flip and you get to go first, it's even easier. So now we get to start things off with our Franklin Richards ultimate as opposed to them starting, and it's gonna absolutely hurt more because of the fact that we have the advantage now in placing that silence before them. Basically a mirror of last round, except the difference is we still have our positive bus because of Franklin Richards going first. And then we're going to correct our mistake from previous round, this time actually using Invisible Woman's devastating ultimate ability, grouping everybody together, and as well being able to now at least combo up our attacks following. And you know, the beautiful thing about having Franklin Richards go first is it doesn't matter now. Sue Storm's abilities are pretty nullified, and now we get our Professor Xavier to go first now with his devastating special, and they don't have an Apocalypse on their side, so it absolutely hurts. You can see now, very easy steamroll. Our Apocalypse gets to go now, and you can see how much more smoother it is when you do get a chance to go first. So guys, new meta here. Do let me know what you think, comments below, if you guys are a fan or not. But I'm loving these setups that we see. And as well, guys, if you have seen the other defenses with Quasar and Odin, I already got counters for them, and I made that in my last arena video, so I'll link that below for your guys' reference. Do let me know what you think down in the comments below. Thank you for your time as always, and hopefully this helps you guys out, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.